Good morning. It's a Wednesday, August 31st, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Baguazhang, the 8 palm changes. A couple of things. You're going to notice that the paintings are gone from behind me. I'm going to put those back up. I am. You'll be happy to know that I did work yesterday so that I have the images that I need for the newsletter and a little bit more. So I'm going to work on that today. I have to do some editing. I put some things together, and there will be some new video that will be available for Bagua in the next, I'm going to say the next 3 days. In addition, like I said, I've got what I need for the newsletter, and I'm going to work on that today. Fingers crossed it's finished today. I will let you know tomorrow, and as soon as I get it done, I will publish it out to the website. I got a odd message going on over here for a second. Anyway, so to do the videos, I took the paintings down so I'd have a plain background, and I think that was probably a good thing. The paintings, I like having them in this room, and I'm going to put them back up. But when I'm trying to capture a particular movement in a still frame, having less in the background is better. Alright, we're back to having an excellent connection. Alright, let me put this down and get started. Something that I got clutter over here. One thing. When I was working on my stuff yesterday, okay, I was working on the videos and working on some things and practicing. I have mentioned this book that I got in 1990, and wrote down my Bagua forms. I showed some of that, one of the pages actually, so you can kind of see the way that I had written my notes, so that in case you're trying to do that or trying to look at something, then it might be just a little easier. The difficulty with quite a bit of the arts, particularly for Bagua, Xingyi, and quite a few of the internal, and I'm not finding it now. I have this other book, right? And when I looked at it, I found Bagua notes. Alright, so I have some more. And I thought I was looking for all of the palm changes. And I'm pretty sure they're in here someplace, but it's a very short version. And there it is. I found it. It looks like that. Alright, so this is my notes again. Little circles, little things that help me to remember what it is that I'm doing and how to do it. Now, all of that said, yesterday I was working on palm change 8, which, yeah, wasn't totally there for me, right? And I happened on a video that I had forgotten I had, and it's going to be posted. It is Professor Yi Jing in 2006, I believe. 2005, 2006, right around in there. Doing Bagua. Exhibition style kind of thing. We were at the park. He had his silks on and we made a video. So I'm going to post that. I've talked about this difference. And it's important to go with all of the things that I'm doing here. The difference between something that is for exhibition and something that is for learning, practice, right? So yesterday, I took down the paintings and I took pictures, I did some video of the 8 palm changes. All of them. All of them. Both sides. And I wasn't entirely performing and I wasn't teaching either. So there were moments when I was going a little slower because I wanted to capture a particular movement, particular posture in a picture. And there are times when I wasn't going slower, and it's intended to be, here's what the video looks like. Here's what this looks like if I was moving. I'm going to do it again. I know I'm going to do it again. Because one of the things I talked about also, excuse me, and what you'll see in the video that I have from 2006 is that as we walk the circle, those palm changes are not separate. There's not that much separation. So we need to pay attention to both sides. Which direction we're walking is going to determine which direction we're turning. And we need to pay attention to, are we moving along a circle? Is this a Bagua change? Where's my line? Where's my emphasis? And how do I put that together in a continuous series? So I do a lot of stopping and starting right now. I do. Part of that is me. And part of that is each piece, each palm change needs to be paid attention to as it is, that one palm change, before we put it together. Otherwise, it's mush. And in fact, you can't put them all together. The same as with Xingyi's 5 elements and the 5 elements linking form. You can't really put them all together until you know all of them. Right? 5 punches from Xingyi, if you don't know all 5 of them, when you try to learn the linking form, you're missing quite a bit. Same thing happens with Bagua. The position that we use for the changes in Bagua is what makes the turns on the pattern a little bit different. We don't change in, there's no change in the turn. Excuse me. There's no change in the turn, there's a change in the way that it feels. Feet about shoulder width apart. Shoulders down. Pull up through the crown of the head. Wiggle fingers, wiggle the toes. Bend the knees. Open the hips. And circle to the front. A little bit faster. And back around to both sides. Up along the center line. And reach out. Bend the knees. Roll up. And stretch out. Reach out. Smile. And roll up. And elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, follow your fingertips down. Bend the knees. And keep going. Keep it smooth. Nice and even. And come back to center. Don't stop. And go to the left. Your left, my right. Come on around. Bend the knees through the stretch. Just a little bit, not a lot. But let them move. Come to center and go the other way. Support your weight through your center. Lower tight end. Hips. And center. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. All right, relax for a second. So, yesterday, I did quite a bit. It's good. It's all good. I'm a little bit stiff. And getting started this morning is just a little bit slower than normal. It's all good. It's all good. I deliberately, I was tried to put some effort and some energy into what I was doing as one part of what I'm trying to teach. Okay, so that it's a little bit like giving a very long performance that I needed to be 100% on for. And I haven't done that in a little while, so I'm a little bit tired today. Oh well. One of the advantages of early morning practice, however, so I need to warm up my arms because my arms got tired yesterday too. All right, so one of the advantages of early morning practice is that we're just getting started. The day is just getting started, and we have whatever level of refreshment we've obtained from our previous night's sleep. If you got a good sleep, if you rested well, then you're up in the morning and you're refreshed and ready to go. If you didn't sleep so well and you tossed and turned a little bit more than maybe you needed to, hi, how are you? Then you didn't sleep as well, and it takes a little bit more effort to get going. That's another one of those, I know this. How am I going to deal with it? How am I going to manage it? What am I going to do? There was a moment this morning when I thought about just turning over and saying, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Right? Here I am. Alright, palm change number 7. Walk through it slowly, and then we'll speed things up a little bit. And I may bring the rug back in. We'll see. Alright, so just slowly, palm change 7. This is the one we've been working on this week, right? Salute to the center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Open. Turn. Palm change 7. We open with the ending from palm change 6. Walk circle. And left foot front. Slice across. Down, turn around. Sink. Open. Come around. Elbow. 2 fists. Left hand under, both hands open to both sides. Walk circle. And ready. Right foot front, left hand center. All right, I'm going to step back and we'll do this in this space. All right. There will be, I just let you know, there will be additional video besides what I did yesterday. Okay, in addition to what I did yesterday, there will be additional video of all 8 palm changes in a larger space, so that there won't be any cutoff in walking the circle. I try and keep everything back here so that you can see what I'm doing, and this is the time for the explanation, right? The other studio that I have, I need to get my car fixed, and once I do that, I can move it out, then I'll be back in there. In addition, I have another space that my living room, I can move things around so that I can use most of that. And that's, yeah, one way or another, it's going to happen. All right, so with that in mind, today we're still paying attention to the details as we start connecting the palm changes in circle pattern. I will look at being in that larger room so it's easier to see what I'm doing, and there's no cutoff. So I can all of my and I have more space so I don't hit the wall, right? The stepping method and what I just showed, let me do this here. So I'm here. Right hand to the center, right foot front. For palm change 7, I want one more step here. Okay? And notice that I'm not really setting into this foot, it's here, not here. And I exaggerated just now, but you should be able to see the difference there. All right, so this come across, this foot comes in, I'm on the ball of my foot more or less, not set into the heel, and I don't have my full weight on my foot, maybe 15-20%-ish as this comes across. Because I'm going to go turn around, right? Here. Alright, now, that looks really awkward. It does. I'm going to walk through it. I'm going to step out just a little bit, and I'm going to walk through it. And then I'm going to do it. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll see the difference. Alright, and here. Step, come across, down, turn around, up, open, turn again, step, same footstep. Both of the turns need to be well placed and well aligned so that when you spin around, you don't fall over. See what happens. It was. That was good. All right. First one, no. Second one, yes. What happened? I turned too hard on the first one. I threw myself off balance. I wasn't well placed, and I turned too hard. What do you mean too hard? When I started that turn, I'm here. I came to here, right here. I started my shoulders to come around. My hip wasn't ready to come, but my shoulders were going. Right? Oh, details. Start from the bottom. And don't lean quite so much. It's more about going down on the supporting leg than it is. Well, lovely. Okay. Error message. It's fine now. Alright. Let's do this again. Right foot front. Right hand to the center. I'm going to step up with the left. And then close. Down. Around. Sink. Up. Open. Down. And turn. Elbow. Double fist. Step up and close. Second spin is working. First one I needs a little bit more. You get the idea. Feet together, stand straight. Palm change 7, both sides. Salute to the center. Take it easy. Not too fast. Open. Shizuko. Lion's mouth. And sink. Turn. Open. Walk circle. Hands change. And step close. Down, turn around. Sink. Up. Kick. Turn around again. The other side. Double punch. And both palms up. Walk circle. Right foot front, close left. Down and around. Down, step up, down, out. Elbow, fists, step up and close. Open. Ish. Let me fix that. Palm change 8. That's for next week. It needs some work. I'm no question. I could use a little work. The opening, and we're going to work on it next week. But this opening, that was correct. That was good. All right, that one. No, look at my face. This is part of what I've been teaching. Okay, this is exactly, not part of, this is exactly what I've been teaching. I've got my notes. I've got what I remember. I've got some old video. And I knew how to do this at one time. I worked on it. I did. I worked on it. And putting all of those things together is giving it back to me. There's some things that were fuzzy, wasn't real clear. There were some things that were perfectly clear, not a problem. There were other things that I was like, ooh, what was I thinking? What was I really doing? Right? And as I looked at my notes yesterday for palm change 8, and I looked at the old video, it was, oh, that's what I meant, right? The way that we write things down, the way that we remember what we have written, makes all the difference in whether or not we can use what we have to recover something that we may not fully have remembered, right? That's part of why I'm here. I spent 40 years learning this stuff, and if I remember it, if I don't remember it, But there's a recording, and I did. I was here at one time, I did. Right? My legacy, right? So, as I'm working through some of these things, how did I do that? What was I thinking? What is the learning process? What's that learning process look like? It might be different for you. Not everybody learns the same way. That's true. All right. Palm change 7. Feet together, stand straight, not too fast. Pay attention to turning through the hip and turning through the foot as we spin on that first turn. Salute. Breathe in and breathe out. Sink, open, turn around. Left hand up, right hand to the center. Walk circle. 6, 7, 8, 9. Close down, turn the hip. There we go. And up, down, around, out, over, close, open. Walk the circle. 6, 7, 8, flows, down, around, step up, and around, elbow, fists, close, open. Walk circle. 6, 7, 8, step, close, down, around, sink, watch the hip, and turn, step, out, close, open, walk the circle. And step again, down, turn around, up, down, out, elbow, fist, close, open. And relax. Stay there. Rest for a minute. This does take, in case you haven't noticed, this does take some effort. All right. Excuse me. The goal in practice. Make that effort. You should. All right? Two things. One, the internal arts are not without effort. Just because they look effortless, or they're supposed to look effortless, doesn't mean there's no effort. Okay? The outer appearance and what's going on inside are not the same. The second part to that is that as we are moving in the circle, as we are trying to develop our skills in using and building that energy, gotta do something with it. Being able to turn, come around, do this, do that. Part of what's going on with me right now is from a little bit from yesterday. My legs are tired. The whole body's tired. Part of it is the surface that I'm on, which is not These particular shoes aren't sticking as much as the other ones, but it's still hard to spin. Okay? That's something that I have to adjust. Okay? My point is, if I were on concrete, it'd be easier to spin. My adjustment, and I call this out, we're going to do this one more time. I call this out, and pay attention to it this time again as well, was that as I was turning my upper body, but I wasn't taking my hip with me. Right? The hip was staying where it needed to stay. It was fine. But it needed to go this way. And this was going, and this didn't go. It came too late. So that body alignment to make that spin, pay attention to that centering. Feet together, stand straight. Palm change 7, both sides. Salute the center. Pull up through the crown of the head, relax through the back. Pull up through the hips, shoulders down. Keep the ribs in. Ready, and sink, turn, open, walk circle. And close, and turn, up, and turn again. And close, open, walk the circle. And close, and turn, and up, and down, turn around, elbow, fists, close, open, walk circle. And stop. All right, this time, little less physical effort, a little smoother on the turns. We want both. We want both. So that ultimately what we end up with is a more extended practice. So I'll show you this. This is from Palm Chain 7. This is the open and kick, right? So I'm here. This leg doesn't have all that much weight on it, right? It's all on the right. On this side, it's all on the right. This leg needs to be tucked so that I can go all the way down, right? As I step up, step left, both hands open, kick right, come back around, out with the left. Notice just now, I'm going to do this again just a second. Notice just now, I'm moving slowly, and I am not using either the force from the circle or my own internal force. What I could do internally. I walked through it quiet. Let me do that again. I needed to keep going. That's my point. Better balance that time. Better placement. That spin, yeah, that one. All right. The first time, and we're comparing now, the first time when I took my leg up, I'm about here, right? Second time, a little bit higher. Yeah, I can do. Alright? So, the first one, I don't have force behind me. I'm only using what I can use in that continuous stretch, that continuous lift to bring my leg up. Now, if I use force, it goes higher. I just did that. What I need to do to build that strength to bring it up is to resist as it comes down. Go ahead and take it up, but resist, don't let it come down. That opposition gives you the muscle strength to bring the leg up. The other part of that is you have to keep your hip down. This has to hold. The leg has to come up, not the hip. All right, so dance training. It's from dance. That, for me, it's from dance. Okay, I learned how to do this from dance. So that's my explanation. Both legs, the same idea behind the spin as I just did, with no force, none of that spin, none of that effort, none of that energy behind what happens when the hand comes out. Okay? And then with force. And there were two examples of with force. One that I didn't do correctly. I threw myself off balance and I called it out. Hey, I need to keep going. The effort that I put, the energy that I put, the force that I put into that spin was not going to allow me to stop. I wasn't grounded sufficiently to stop. Oh. Knowing that, I can now do what? I either need to keep going, or I need to adjust how I'm stepping, did that too, so that I can be grounded sufficiently to stop. We want both. We want to know what that feels like to keep going and use that energy to keep going. We also want the precision of, I can stop anytime I choose. Anywhere along these movements. Now, stopping in the middle of the spin, yeah, it's a little iffy. But stopping at the end, yeah, we need to be able to do that. All right, and however many spins you're going to put in, and that's a different conversation for another time, but the idea that anytime we turn, we can turn more than once, yeah, it's there. I appreciate you being here today. I'll be back next week with Palm Change 8. Thanks. Bye.